wanted to talk about how I think Edward was wronged in Sense and Sensibility. Currently, this is my only copy, as I haven't got a nice edition yet. But on to Edward. At the end of Sense and Sensibility, his mom writes the estate under his younger brother's name because she thinks that he would end up marrying Lucy, the person she disapproved of because she wasn't from their class and she was poor. She didn't even wait till he actually married Lucy. And it turns out Edward's brother is the one who ends up marrying Lucy, and Edward actually marries someone from his class. Someone poor, but someone from his class. And I really thought that was not fair. Not just because he doesn't marry Lucy, but he's the oldest son, and technically it's the right of the firstborn to get the family estate. So I think he was wronged in that. Like, for a petty reason, like just because his mom disapproved of who he was supposed to marry or who he was engaged to. It's just, I don't know, I just felt he was wronged. That now he is living off a moderate income as a clergyman when technically he is supposed to be the rightful heir to the estate. Even worse, Edward is better than his brother. I mean, he's not perfect. He was kind of weak and he made a lot of mistakes, especially because he was weak. But he was still a good person at heart and better than his brother and his mother. We don't know much about his brother, but we know that he marries his brother's fiancée, and we know that he accepts the estate that was rightly his brother's, and he marries the girl that his brother was supposed to marry, knowing that that was the reason his brother lost the estate to him, but he still accepts the estate and marries the girl that his mom disapproved of, even though that was the reason she cut his brother off. Sorry, I forgot to add. Yes, Edward's mom technically does him a favor because her writing the estate to his brother is the only reason Lucy frees Edward of the engagement and marries his brother, which frees him to marry the person he actually loves, Eleanor. So in a way, she did him a favor, but she didn't actually intend it that way. So it's not like she intentionally did that favor. And also, I still feel he was wrong. Like, even if it resulted in something good, I still wish that he didn't have to lose his estate to marry Eleanor. Also, Lucy kind of wins, and I really don't like Lucy. I don't want her to win. So I like to imagine that at the end of Sense and Sensibility, shortly after the end, that Edward's brother has an epiphany and realizes how his brother was wronged and that he writes the estate to his brother. I mean, maybe some of you won't agree, or maybe most of you won't agree, but I just don't like the fact that Edward was wronged. I just feel like he was wronged, and I don't like that Lucy kind of wins. As much as I don't want Edward's brother to have to die for this, I honestly can't see this happening unless he was on his deathbed and then he has this epiphany on his deathbed and wills the estate to his brother. But I'd like to imagine that it doesn't have to get that far for him to have the epiphany and write the estate back to his brother. I mean, maybe not back to his brother because it was his mother's, but write the estate to his brother, who as the firstborn son is the rightful owner. Or maybe they could be co-owners, I don't know, but I just don't like Edward being cut out the family estate as the firstborn son. So hopefully, I like to imagine that his brother would have the epiphany without being on his deathbed. But then again, I just can't imagine Lucy would sit back and let it happen if his brother wasn't on the deathbed. Like, if he wasn't on the deathbed, he can do it without telling her, and she can just be surprised when the will is read out. I think it would be good family drama, especially with Lucy's reaction and the fuss she would make. Like, even whether or not his brother is dead, or whether his brother is still alive and healthy, I feel it would be good drama. Though I prefer the latter, where his brother doesn't have to die, but which is what I imagine in my headcanon. I think that would be a good sequel. Like, it doesn't matter which scenario, but just the sequel of Edward's brother writing the estate to Edward and the drama that would come from Lucy. That would be a nice sequel. Maybe I should write it. But anyway, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think the estate should just stay with his brother and you really don't think he was wronged? I mean, Edward was wronged? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.